Okay, good morning. Welcome to
Family Math number 118.
Family Math 118. We're going to talk about James Tanton, infinite series, and paper tearing. So yesterday we saw a really neat video. Actually, shouldn't say we. I saw a really neat video that James Tanton did. In fact, which is not unusual because all of his videos are pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
And he talked about this series. 1 plus x squared plus x cubed plus ... And he showed that in certain circumstances, when you add up this infinitely long series, you get 1 over 1 minus x. Whoa. Okay? And so he did it with a fifth, for example. So he showed that 1, when x equals a fifth, plus 1/5, plus, what is 1/5 squared?
It's 1/25. 1/25.
1/25. And what is 1/5 cubed?
It's 1 over 125.
1 over 125. ... This equals 1 over 1 minus 1/5. Okay, now that's interesting. What is 1 minus 1/5?
It's negative, it's 4/5.
4/5, okay. So, hold on one second. So this is 1 over 1 minus 1/5, which is 1 over 4/5. And by coincidence, that's just what we've been talking about. So what is the reciprocal of 4/5?
5/4.
5/4. Very good. So he showed that this was 5/4, and that was really neat.
Yeah.
And he showed it via paper folding, and I'm going to do it via paper folding kind of the same way, except we're going to do the series. You ready?
Yeah.
We're going to do the series 1/4 plus 1/8 plus 1/16 plus ... Okay, via paper folding.
Cool.
Okay, now it's not quite the same as his series because it doesn't start with 1, but it's okay. We should be able to make some sense out of this, right?
All right.
Okay, so you have you and 2 of your friends. Where are they? Where is you?
I'm here.
Okay, so this is you, and you have
2 friends.
2 friends. All right, lay them down. Okay. And you have a piece of paper that you want to share with them. Okay, so we've got this piece of scratch paper. But you're a little greedy. Okay, so you're going to tear the paper in half first, which I'll do. I bet I'm going to learn quickly why he drew this instead of actually did it with paper. You're going to tear the paper in half, keep half for yourself, and then tear the other half you tore in half, and each of them gets a half of the paper. So what fraction of the original piece of paper is this piece?
It's 1/4.
1/4. What fraction is this piece?
1/4.
And what fraction is this piece?
A half.
A half. Okay, great. But now you feel bad about taking more than you gave your friends.
Yeah.
So what you do is you say, you know what, I'm going to tear my piece in half again, keep half, and then tear the other piece in half and give it to each of them. Okay? So this original one was a 4th. How much is this piece?
It looks like it's an 1/8.
It's an 1/8. How much is this piece?
An 1/8.
How much is this piece?
It's, it looks like a 4th.
Looks like a 4th, right? That's okay. But now you feel bad again.
Yeah.
And you say, I shouldn't have done that. So you take your piece, which is a 4th, you cut it in half, and you keep half of it. So how much did you keep?
You kept an 1/8.
And you take the other 1/8, tear it in half, and give an 1/8 to each of your friends, who now have a 4th plus an 1/8 plus
A 16th.
a 16th. And this is going to go on and on for infinity. Okay? So each of your friends will have a 4th plus an 1/8 plus a 16th plus, what will be the next part they have?
32nd.
32nd, and on forever. And once this goes on and on forever, what fraction of the original piece of paper do each of them have?
It looks like they have at least, I think, a half.
Why will each of them have a half after this process goes on
If you
forever?
multiply each of these by 2, you get a half plus a 4th plus an 1/8 plus a 16th. And that sequence equals 1.
Oh, interesting. Oh, very good. You recognize that we could manipulate this into something that we already knew about. That's great. That's excellent. Here, low 5 for that. But why from my paper folding? here can I see that each of these piles that they're going to have adds up to half the original piece of paper?
Well, you started out with half originally.
I started out with half originally when I tore it up and gave them each a fourth.
Yeah, and then you gave them each an eighth.
Then I gave them each an eighth.
And then you give them each a 16th, and this is going to go on forever.
Right, it's going to go on forever.
Then I think it'll eventually equal a half.
Why? That's what we're trying to figure out. Why will it eventually equal a half?
Well, cause all these, like right now, all these pieces combined is 1.
Oh, okay. Very good observation. At every stage, the amount I have plus the amount they have adds up to the original piece of paper. Very good.
Yeah, but when you eventually have 0, then but it'll still be 1.
It still adds up to
each
1.
Each pile is going to be a half.
Why?
Because 1 divided by 2 is a half.
Okay, why is it 1 divided by 2?
Because you have 2 friends.
And each of their piles is what?
Half the paper.
But what's special about each of their piles?
Is the same.
It's the same. Each of their piles is the same, and it adds up to the whole thing.
Yes.
It adds up to 1. Now, how many steps is it going to take me to eventually have nothing?
Infinity.
Infinity. So I'll get closer and closer. Each of their piles will get closer and closer and closer to 1. And once we get to infinity,
It'll be sometime later.
yeah, after a while.
Yeah.
Do you want to do this, or do you want to go walk the dog?
Let's go walk the dog.
Okay, so you're right. We don't want to tear this up forever, but if we did, eventually we would find 1/4 plus an eighth plus a 16th plus a 32nd plus all the way on 64th, 128th,
Cool.
256th, all the way adds up to a half.
Cool.
Good job, guys. That was pretty fun, right?
Yeah.
I never seen this through tearing paper. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like this. We always learn a lot from his videos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.